The small island of Spinalonga lies nestled just off the Spinalonga Peninsula and across from Plaka in the Mirabello Bay on the northeastern part of Crete. It is a place my wife has raved about since her first visit many years ago, and became a must-do when I recently visited the island of Crete. Its history is long and interesting. Serving as a Venetian fort, it is more commonly known as the Island of Tears, or sometimes more simply as the Island, due to the book about it called The Island by Victoria Hislop, although there are other books as well. The island served as a leper colony from 1903 through to 1957, when advances in medicine brought the practice of forming colonies like these to an end. The story of Spinalonga is long, complex, and worth taking time over. As a visitor, it reminded me of other abandoned settlements, such as the towns of Karakoy and Ephesus in Turkey. Spinalonga, however, has a different quality to it. It is far more modern than Ephesus, and has a different sense of sacrifice and suffering than Karakoy. The abandonment of Karakoy was due to differences of faith and migration, and, largely, is either still in use or has been left. Spinalonga has a strange mix of freshness and dereliction. It is largely restored, but many areas are left in decay. But there is a sense that the past is not far away. It is recent. This island was still functioning as a leper colony after World War II. It was a time when there was television and telephones. It closed only 3 years before I was born. There are living people who remember it. Getting to the island is easy. I did it using a quick boat ride from Plaka, straight to the island, although there are also boats that run from Alunda and Agios Nicholas. The return fare from Plaka was just €12, and the journey took literally minutes. It is important to remember that this fare only covers the boat ride, and there is another €20 cost when you land on the island to enter. The cost does drop out of season, and there are reduced prices for seniors who are members of the EU. Credit cards are accepted, and there is a small cafe and toilets before you need to pay. Because multiple boats from other places can arrive at the same time, it is possible that there can be a queue, and the queue is not guaranteed to move quickly. It is also possible to book a guided tour, but read the small print, as even if it says skip the queue, it doesn't mean that the €20 charge is included, although it is possible to buy an advance ticket as part of a package. There is no doubt that a guide is a bonus, as there is a lot to take in. However, there are information boards and displays, and the website is a font of information. My advice is to take a drink and allow yourself plenty of time. Mobility can be an issue, although, to be honest, if you can manage the journey by boat, then there will be things for you on the island. There is an uninterrupted route around the island that has been made firm and flat. This circular route takes in most of the key parts and information points that there are. Should you wish to leave this path, and there are things to see and views to be had, then do so with extreme caution. There are few warnings, but it is steep, narrow, slippery, and very unstable in places. Please remember that some areas have been improved by the creation of cemented pathways, but they are still steep and have no handrails. The other thing is that they are not easy to come down by, and they are not consistent. I found going up relatively simple, although steep. But having walked a bit further on, the conditions worsened significantly. Remember, going up, that it is worse coming down. I saw a few people comparing cuts from having had falls. All things considered, is it worth it? Yes, without a doubt. It is a place of beauty and interest, as well as being educational on many levels. It is thought-provoking and an emotional experience wrapped up in stunning scenery. Give yourself a bit more time than you would think, time to stop and reflect. Keep within your limitations and do some research first. Remember that toilets are limited and so are refreshments, so be prepared for the heat.